I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We are joined by Kiwi Pigment. Hi.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm Kiwi Pigment, or you could just call me Kiwi, and I am a streamer, and I like making art.
Yes, you do, and I've been able to watch some of the streams and some of the art you're able to do. And again, I have another person on who's much more talented than I am. I'm going to learn someday. Well, maybe I need to find someone who's not talented. You know, I'm just going to keep going with this. It's great to talk with you. I know that you're enjoying yourself online, and I see that you are quite an artist. Have you always been an artist?
Yeah, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. How do I word this? It was something I used as a kid to help cope with stuff. So, yeah. Art is a passion, but also a thing that helps me.
Now, if you use this as a kind of a maybe I don't want to put words in your mouth, but as maybe an escape, a coping mechanism as a child, how do you go from that to showing people what you've done? I would be absolutely mortally terrified of that.
I don't know. It honestly hasn't been hard for me, but I kind of grew up showing off to people So I don't know. It's not that difficult.
Well, for some people it's not. For me, I can't even though I did radio for so many years and talked to so many people and had a lot of people on listening to me, I didn't get a chance to see them. So I didn't really know, and I wasn't in front of a stage. And the few times I've been in front of people, it just makes my skin crawl. But to put something that is so personal as art in front of somebody else for their approval, that takes a lot of courage.
I never really thought of it as courage, but that's nice.
Well, I mean, for some people, it comes naturally. It really does. Now, since you started so young, obviously you were self-taught early on. Have you taken any courses, classes later in life?
Yes, I am currently in university, and I'm an art therapy major. So I have a lot of art-based classes and then a lot of psychology classes. So I also have to show off my art in my art classes.
Okay, now that is an incredibly interesting topic, art therapy. I've never talked to someone who was working in that field or working towards that field. Could you explain just a little bit about what the concept behind art therapy is?
So it's similar to any other therapy, except it has less of a focus on with talk therapy. It's less of the how do I want to word this? The art is the outlet to express yourself, and you can do different activities, and it's less so trying to you don't have to think about talking as much. It just slowly happens, and you use the art to figure out words and stuff. If that makes sense.
No, it makes absolutely perfect sense, and it sounds like a really wonderful way for folks who have trouble expressing themselves to open up. And
yes, exactly.
The problem will become in kind of interpreting that sort of thing. And you're with the classes that you're taking around that, is that helping toward interpreting what the artists are doing?
Well, as the therapists themselves aren't supposed to interpret, you can kind of get an idea of what things are, but you have to ask the client that made it questions about their choices and why they did things, and less so about oh, what does this piece mean, but why'd you pick those colors? What why'd you use that material and stuff like that. And then eventually it leads to the client opening up about the deeper meaning of the artwork.
That's pretty brilliant, actually. That the whole concept is pretty brilliant. And so you're not interpreting what they're doing. You're asking them to interpret what they're doing.
Yes.
Mm, that does make a big difference, doesn't it? I mean, you've gone from your judgment of what they're doing to their judgment of what they're doing, and helping them to understand themselves better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty wild. When did you decide to do something like that as a choice?
Um, I always wanted to do something with art, and I like helping people. And so when I found out about art therapy as like a job, I was like, oh, that's neat. I can take art, something I like doing, and use it to help other people. So, yeah,
No, you.
I found out about it in like high school, and now I'm a university student.
Well, I congratulate you for that. That is a great way to help a lot of people. And there's just some people who cannot express what they're going through, what their feelings are, and any way to do that constructively is a great way to go. I congratulate you for that. It's that's really something. Now, are you planning to use this as a career?
Like the art therapy stuff?
Right.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah.
I would like to make that a career.
Is for adults, children, both? Is there a difference in how you do it?
I haven't really decided who I'd want my clientele to be for that, but there are different types of activities you can do with people of different various ages and like uh, if they have disabilities and whatnot.
Wow. So again, that's a wonderful thing to be involved in, and I congratulate you for that, 100%. Now, VTubing. When did you get started on the internet?
I started the VTubing stuff pretty recently, actually, over this summer. So I haven't really been doing this long.
No, but you got some folks following you and watching you on stream. Why did you
Sure,
decide
sure.
to Why did you decide to do it online?
Um, I wanted to show off my art, so that was like the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted people to attach a face to my art, but I didn't want to use like my actual face. So I was like, well, I could make a persona. And then I learned about VTubing and stuff. I was like, oh, perfect. I'm just going to do that.
It fell right into what you were needing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's really good because I've heard some folks be able to do that where it just came along at the right time, and now you're able to express yourself and be yourself online with still kind of having that shield in front of you where it's not really quite yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So it does help out a lot. So you wanted to kind of I wouldn't say entertain people at a young age, but you did want to show what you've done and get out there and kind of have your art in front of people. Were you an entertainer as a young person?
No, not really.
Okay.
I wouldn't consider myself much of an entertainer. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It just wasn't. You weren't running up to the stage to grab the microphone and sing the
No.
latest sing the latest stuff. But now you've actually got a stage where you seem really comfortable at it, and you've got folks coming to listen. You've got folks that you're able to collaborate with. Has it become easier for you?
I think online wise, yes, but
Mm,
like in not online settings, no.
mm. Yeah, well, it's still.
So,
I imagine you're finding out even with your classes that one doesn't necessarily translate to the other, but
yeah.
but but it does allow you to express yourself and kind of bloom in a different direction. Uh,
Hmm.
have you found it easy to find people to collaborate with?
Yes, I have. But how do I want to word this? I found it easy through the help of others.
Mm-hmm.
So, like when I meet one person, then they like introduce me to other people, and then it all becomes like, oh, a big like circle of people that like kind of know each other.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, that definitely that means that people like you enough to introduce you to other people.
Yes, which I am so grateful for. It
That,
still kind of baffles me on how there's certain people I get to call friends
uh,
because I'm like they've been doing it longer than me, and I'm like I'm a baby, and
yeah,
I look up to you.
yeah. But here's the thing: you come on and you've shown your personality, and people enjoy it, and people enjoy being around you online, and they want to see what you got. They want to play the games with you and enjoy themselves with you. Did you just faint?
I'm just here for the vibes.
Well,
I don't know.
it is true, and I hope that that you do realize it, that people are enjoying you for you, and when they come back, when people come back to watch your streams, they're not coming back for the game; they're coming back for the person who's playing it. Um,
True, true.
and that's the type of base that you're going to have going forward. Um, you're part of a group on. You're kind of the I don't know if are you the founder of the autism group on Twitch or Twitter?
Uh, yes.
Okay.
I made that because I was inspired by there was a VTubers with disabilities, and then there was VTubers with ADHD,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh, I wonder if there's one for autism. So I tried to like see if there was one, but I couldn't find anything. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, well, what if I just make it?
Mm-hmm.
So I did, and it's kind of working.
Yeah,
It's kind of connecting people.
I see there's quite a few people that have joined that group. It's folks are now kind of a little confused about autism, but there is a wide range and a wide spectrum of folks on that will be considered on the spectrum. Have you had a wide range of folks come to the group?
Um, Currently it's quite small. We have like a little Discord where we talk and stuff, but it's still kind of small,
Mm,
but it's nice.
yeah, but it'll keep growing. I know I interviewed the young person behind the VTubers with Disabilities group, and that took off quite a bit. So I imagine that yours will grow exponentially as well as as people find out that the resources are available. Right now, what games are you streaming?
I stream a lot of like Genshin
Hmm.
and Stardew Valley. Those are like my two favorite games right now.
Well, there you said it, Stardew Valley. I'm avoiding it on purpose.
Oh?
I have 30 save files, and if I get started on the new updates and everything, I will never get away from the computer. It drives my wife crazy, but it's not for her; it's for me. And, now, when it first, I've been doing that since it was still a very new game, and people are starting to get into it. Now, I guess with the update, it's almost a completely new game in some aspects.
I've played a little bit of the update. Not much, but I've played a little. It's enjoyable.
Yeah. Now, Genshin, I hear a lot of folks enjoy. What do you like about Genshin?
Um, I started playing it because I saw a gameplay of it and it reminded me of Legend of Zelda, which I've also played.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, perfect. I don't have to learn new controls. I can just go into this. Because when it comes to gaming, I suck at learning like how to actually do the basic stuff. So I was like, perfect. Also, I'm kind of a weeb, so I was like, anime people. Awesome.
Well, obviously you're enjoying, and folks are coming on to enjoy it with you. You've had collaborations on that with folks,
Yes, I have.
and folks, if we're going to have the links to everything that Kiwi does, online that we were able to find on the description for the this video. So, folks, you can check out exactly what Kiwi's got going on. But there's several shorts and clips of you with the Genshin folks and blowing up ducks.
Yes, my friend Ken Lamadia, while I was swimming with the ducks, destroyed them and killed them.
all of a sudden, there's like meat floating all around you.
Yeah.
Well, at least you got something positive.
It was so funny.
The shock that comes over. All of a sudden, your friends are chicken legs, basically. So, have you got all of the extras for Genshin, and are you playing through every one of them?
I'm more of a casual player. Mm-hmm. I do eventually want to fully complete the game, mm-hmm. but there's so much that it's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I'm more of a casual player, but there was a time where I was playing it every single day and but
yeah, it's one of those games. It's one of those games in a Stardew Valley kind of way. If you do get into it, you really get into it.
Yes.
And time flies away from you when you start getting into that sort of thing. But it's also a shame once you get to near the end. So I can see why you'd want to spread it out a little bit.
Though the game isn't fully finished, they still have tons of updates to come in the future.
Oh yeah.
So
well, they've done a good job with that. I mean, they really have. It's not a new game at all, and people continually join it and start up on it. So that kind of like Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley's not new, but people mm-hmm. are still joining in and starting. They can start right off from ground zero and enjoy it. Now, with your art online, what do you do? Sketches online? What do you do when you have an art stream?
So most of the time for art streams, I like to do my sketches beforehand, just because sketching takes me forever. Mm-hmm. So I normally do the coloring and line art and stuff like that mm-hmm. on my art streams. But there has been a few times where I did started from sketching and stuff, but normally the ones where I started from sketching, it was just going to be the sketch and that's it. But I also post my art on Instagram. So
yep, we'll have that link up there too for folks to come and take a look at what you're doing. We found all sorts of things. We'd had a complete background check.
Oh gosh.
No, we didn't do that. We don't have the budget for that. So no, we've got lots of links up there for Discord and everything, all that TikTok, everything. Some things that
I'm not good at using TikTok though. I forget that exists. I was like, oh, people use this. I guess I'll use this too, and then I forget
really
to even put stuff there.
Really, if you can think of something to post, Kiwi's got it on there, and we tried to find every bit of it. Now, when you are online with it, do you have sometimes backseat artists?
Not really.
Yeah.
Though most of the time, I ask people for opinions. There's sometimes I'll be okay, I have 2 ideas on what I could do, but I don't know which I like better. So what do other people think? Do we prefer this color or this color? Because I am indecisive. So kind of backseating, but I ask first, so it's not completely backseating.
Well, that's good. Do you take requests online?
When I first started out, I tried to, but people didn't really understand what I normally draw, so they were "Can you draw my Pokemon OC?" And I'm I can't draw animals. I'm sorry.
Can you draw my Pokemon riding a horse in the War of 1812 in an hour?
So I don't really take requests, but I do draw other VTubers a lot.
So, if
just for fun.
have you started on commissions or anything like that?
No, I have not. I that is a scary realm for me, so
Mm,
I am not doing that. No.
yeah. Well, you can still ask her, and maybe something will go, as long as it's not a Pokemon riding a horse in the War of 1812. That would be my request, but no one ever wants to do that. I don't blame them. The the feedback that you've gotten from everything you're doing here online, with gaming and art, and what you're doing with the folks on Twitter and Discord, has that been a positive influence for you? Has that really kind of lifted you up?
Yes, definitely, for sure.
Mm.
I am very grateful that I have found friends in this VTuber community, and I they may not realize it, but they definitely help me a lot. They are great people, and I'm so happy to have met people.
Well, that's good.
It's nice.
It's good to have that as a positive influence. It can be a negative one if the chips don't fall right,
Mhm.
and some people make some wrong decisions too along the way. But it seems to me, just from this little bit talking to you and a little bit online, that you have got a positive outlook, and if you, it sounds like it'd be pretty tough to make you angry.
Yeah.
I mean,
I try to be pretty positive, yeah.
if folks, if you go back and listen to this interview, if they find one point where Kiwi wasn't smiling during the conversation, because I can definitely hear it, and it's really heartening to hear. I'm so glad that you've been able to come on with me and talk. Um, I enjoy you online, and I enjoyed you here, and I hope that once you got some big, do you have any big plans coming up on your stream?
Um, so and I don't know when exactly the date will be yet, but soon I will be going on hiatus. So I'm gonna do like a big stream to be like goodbye for a little bit. And then after hiatus, I actually am doing like a small redesign. So I'm gonna have a new look a little bit. It's still gonna be very bunny pastel, but a little bit upgraded,
Well,
which I'm very looking forward to.
well, you are the pastel artiste. you 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 folks, once you take a look at the links, you'll see the word pastel quite a bit.
Yeah, I like pastel colors.
uh, but once you get that going and you're ready to go, give me a shout out, and we'll do kind of an interview introduction reintroduction again, and we'll kind of promote it up for you. Okay?
Okay.
It sounds great, folks. You got to check out what Kiwi Pigment's got going on. The links are in the description. I thank you so much. It has been a wonderful pleasure to talk to you.
It's been nice to talk to you as well. I was very surprised when you reached out to me.
No, this here is for all VTubers, and I'm glad we were able to get you on and introduce a few more folks to you, because I think they're going to enjoy themselves. Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.